And we're live, sort of, because it was live, but it's going to be edited, so it's not live. Hi, I'm Adam.
And I'm Nick.
And we are mates who live at the opposite end of the country. But we did live in the same town for a little bit. So I'm from Hartlepool. Nick used to live in Hartlepool. And where are you now, Nick?
I'm down in the southwest in Plymouth.
In Plymouth, he just sits and eats pasties all day.
Yep, can't be a pasty.
So we've decided that, we talk on the phone quite a lot, and we have some really good, fun conversations about many things. And we thought, you know what? Okay, let's record these conversations
And put some video to it so that you can see the actual people who these sounds are coming out of.
Yeah, you can look at how ugly we are. These guys are so old. And so I'm a drinker, so I'm having some Budweiser. Cheap shit.
I'm a smoker, and I'm smoking some lovely cheese.
Is it Camembert?
It smells like it.
Oh my god! So we were in Amsterdam for one of our friends, Stag Do's, Matt Fong. Big up Matt Fong. And so I don't smoke, and
on the first night, what
do you do when you go to Amsterdam? Well, you smoke. So we'd been drinking pretty much all day, from like getting to the airport, and we were all on separate flights as well. So I was literally drinking by myself. And then when we were at the airport, we all met, didn't we, Nick?
Yeah.
And we drank a lot. And then we drank a few more drinks, and then we went out. And within half an hour of smoking weed, I was, like, ill.
Whiteing.
I did warn you. I said that there's 3 things that happen to me when I smoke weed. First thing is I giggle. I just laugh at anything, which I did.
Yeah, to be fair, you did, yeah.
Second thing I do is I throw up, or whitey, as we call it. And the third thing is I fall asleep. Yeah, and so I did all 3.
You achieved all 3 outside one cafe in Amsterdam.
I didn't fall asleep outside the cafe.
Did you not? I thought you'd fallen asleep.
No, I got a taxi back to the apartment, and
I thought you were asleep on the bench outside.
No, I was just like trying not to die. It just doesn't do good things to me, man, especially when I've had a drink. So, yeah.
Don't drink alcohol, kids.
Well, what is it to say? Don't drink. What's it called? Weed before beer or deer? No, beer before weed.
Yeah, all I know is if you're going to be drinking and smoking, smoke first before you drink.
Yeah, definitely. And the following day, I just did edibles, so that was all right. I just had like a nice little buzz throughout the day.
Yeah, man, it was nice. It's just a good weekend.
So yeah, just a little bit background on us. Do you want to go first, Nick?
Yeah. Used to be a stand-up comedian. I stopped because I've just kind of fallen out with love of comedy at the minute. But I still like the writing. I still like the banter and stuff that's involved with things that are going on in the world. So yeah, it's a little bit about me. I'm ex-army. Yeah, man. That's
happily married.
It. Yeah, married. Baby on the way.
Baby coming like any day soon.
Shouldn't say that. Not made it Facebook official.
Really? Have you not?
No, mate.
Oh shit! I didn't know you hadn't done that. It is one of those funny things now. You have to make things Facebook official, don't you?
Yeah, man. Stupid. I just kind of think we've let the people who we care about know. So these people that we don't really know on Facebook, not their business.
Yeah, fuck those guys. So you lived in Hartlepool for how many years?
Lived in Hartlepool for 30 years, nearly.
Maths, not your strong suit.
Like 20, yeah, maybe 26, 27 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then moved back down to Plymouth.
Yeah, and then moved back down to the southwest.
With your dodgy accent.
The UK's version of Florida.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, mate.
Really?
Yeah.
The weather's much better down there, though, isn't it?
Well,
for the most part, during the summer,
it's rained every day this year so far. So,
oh, what was that?
Yeah, not great.
You dropped something.
Say again?
Did you drop your microphone in your cup of tea there?
No, what I've done is my battery on my Wi-Fi ones is running out, so I'm having to change microphones so that I can hear.
All right. Okay, cool. So I'm from Hartlepool, and me and Nick met because I had a cafe, and we
Not
were
that
running a
kind of
comedy
cafe.
night, and Nick was one of the acts. So that was the first time we ever met.
Yeah, man, that's going back. That's what now? 11 years ago?
No, it's not. No, it's 2012. So
Was it 2012?
It was back 2011, 2012, I think. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's around about 10 years. Yeah.
Yeah, coming up 8 to 9 years. Yeah,
Yeah,
and Nick just literally just went, "You're going to be my mate." He didn't give me a choice in it at all. And to be fair, I was happy to be his mate, but he literally didn't give me a choice. He just kept turning up. All right, mate. And we've been like best mates since. Which is just like cool. So I got to see Nick. Nick ran the comedy night at my place for a while. How many years? 4 years? 3 years?
That was longer than that. I'm pretty sure it was. When did we do the last one in there? When did you get rid of
Can't
flicks?
do maths, can you?
No, I'm really shit with numbers, mate. Like when did
29th of January 2016 we closed.
So I did the first one in flicks in 2011. So 5 years.
All right, cool.
Oh yeah, because the last gig was the 5th birthday show. It was just a little bit earlier. Yeah.
Shit, I can't remember that night, man.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I'm trying to block it out in my memory.
I can't even remember who closed that night.
No. Was it Pat? Possibly
No,
Pat?
I don't think it was Pat.
Yeah, it's all a bit of a blur, man.
Yeah, like Nathan Caton, maybe?
No, wasn't him. Definitely not.
No, it wasn't Nathan.
No. So yeah, so I had a cafe. So a little bit background about me. I come from a family of restaurateurs. Well, my dad's a restaurateur. And I moved between Hartlepool and Peterlee several times. And then I went into the family business, opened my own place eventually in 2009. Realised it was going to shit. I went to university to study filmmaking. And not like to get a proper job or anything. And then when I graduated in 2015, I managed to get a part-time editing job for a YouTube channel. And that's when I closed the cafe down. I've got lots of fond memories of the cafe, but most of them are terrible. Like most of the memories that stick with me are the bad memories about like how hard it was running your own business and in a town that doesn't support businesses.
Hartlepool's rough for small businesses to try and survive.
Well, I think one of the things was with my place, it was just way ahead of its time.
Yeah, true.
You know, it was a cinema, cafe, bar, and people were like, "Oh my god, that's 3 things in one. What do we do?" And I'm like, "Well, you come in and you watch a film and have a beer and have a pizza, something like that."
And comedy clubs.
Comedy clubs, you know, and it was too hard. And then I went into a harder business, trying to get films made. Doing all right with it though, so that's good. It's fun. I enjoy it. This time now is a bit weird, which I suppose is a good segue into Corona.
Yeah, man. The world's gone crazy.
World has gone crazy, man.
Literally gone crazy.
Yeah, it's rightly so as well. Yeah, so I mean, where we're at the moment, I've got some statistics up on my computer here. In the United Kingdom, there are 5,018 coronavirus cases.
The virus, as everybody's calling it now.
The virus.
Yeah, it's just
that makes it sound sort of like it's like a movie though. The virus.
Yeah, man. This is it for the Hollywood movie.
Well, it's got a good death toll, this movie, then. So, in the UK at the moment, we've got 233 deaths.
Yeah, man, that's
and there are 65 recovered cases.
Yeah, so you look at the deaths to recovered.
Yeah, but, I mean, what you've got to think about, there's still 4,720 active cases.
Yeah.
So, those people could die or not. One of the scary things, though, is the fact that, like, the government here, when they're not testing people.
Well, they are, aren't they? Yeah, they've got these new tests that they're trying to get out. I know that where it can tell you whether or not you've had it as well.
Yeah. Well, I know at the moment up to 5 people who've got it, who are self-isolated. They're showing all of the symptoms, and they've been told they're not going to get tested for it unless they get admitted to hospital.
Yeah, but that'll change.
So-
That'll change over the coming week, I'm sure. Like, you know what I mean? We
Yeah.
would have only had so many in stock anyway, but this
Yeah.
is a brand new virus, so they've got
Yeah.
to make these tests, these tests. and
People
then-
need to know it's a brand new virus as well, because
Uh-huh.
loads of people are sharing stuff on the internet where it's like, oh, seen Flash Dettol liquid or whatever it's called, that spray stuff, Flash spray. It knows it on the back of the. Let me get my words out.
Yeah,
On the
back of
instructions
label,
on the back, it says coronavirus.
Yeah. Because there's
And it's
different
like,
strains of coronavirus.
all right, okay,
virus.
it's COVID-19 or whatever it's called.
Yeah,
It's just a
it's like-
different strain of it. Didn't know
If,
about
if if you sort of look at it in layman's terms, the SARS virus is the granddad.
Right, so
COVID-19
Just
is
tell
the
me,
grandson.
so SARS is swine flu.
So SARS is no, SARS was that one that killed 500,000 people in 2004, I want to say,
Right, okay.
in China.
Yeah,
So, but that's a coronavirus. So
okay.
this COVID-19 is like an ancestor of
All right,
the
okay.
SARS virus. But obviously, as
okay.
it's sort of as SARS disappeared and went wherever it went, it started mutating, and now it's come back as
Right, okay. Now I had swine flu back in 2009.
yeah.
I was on a night out in Leeds, and we'd been out all day, and I was in this bar. I even remember the name. It was called BRB. Be right back. And I was cold because it was December. And I was cold, and so I was shivering. So I had a hot toddy. It did absolutely nothing. And I just said to the lads, look, I'm going back to the hotel. I do not feel well at all.
Yeah.
Got back to the hotel, and I was shivering so hard, my body was aching. Got in a hot bath. I was still shivering, and the bath was hot. It was hot water, like so hot that it was my skin was bright red, practically peeling off, and I was still shivering, freezing cold. And I had a horrific night. The lad who I was sharing the room with came in, got his stuff, and went and stayed in somebody else's room. And like I said to him, do not come, like, don't stay in here with me. There's something really messy going on. And then I ended up checking into the hotel for another night. But by about 8 o'clock, I think I felt strong enough to drive home, which is probably stupid, really. But when I got home, I think I was ill for another 2 days. And then I was all right.
Yeah,
But
man.
I tell you what, if I'd have been an 80-year-old person or
Yeah,
even a
yeah,
70-year-old
yeah.
person, anybody who had underlying health issues, just the shivering part of it would have broke people's bones.
Yeah.
Because if I felt like I was making the whole room vibrate because I was shivering so hard.
Yeah.
It was awful, man.
And it's crazy, man. The government for the last 2 weeks have been telling us stay in, stay in, stay in,
Yeah,
and you still got people walking around.
going out. Yeah, I mean it's. We went for a drive today to drop off because it's Mother's Day tomorrow. So we went up to Haley's grand's house. Now we didn't go in. We just posted them through the letterbox. But we wanted them to have something, you know, and to open because our mum and gran live together.
Yeah.
And then we drove. We just because we don't know when we're going out again. We thought we'll go a scenic route, so we drove like the coast, and the amount of people that were out, just socializing,
Yeah, it's crazy.
doing things together. Now, don't get me wrong. I get it. People are going to go for a walk, but this was just like it was like as if nothing had happened. It was just a normal Saturday, and I'm thinking, wow, these people are crazy.
Yeah, man. The supermarket. Like I went down to the supermarket today, and like I thought people would be observing social distancing a bit. No, not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Not
Just
at all.
don't
I mean,
know.
I've had to go to the supermarket twice in the past 2 days just because we never did a super shop.
Yeah, man. Neither have we. We're just getting the stuff like
Just
like
getting
we
bits
would.
as we needed. But
Yeah,
it's like,
like we
do
would
I
normally
really
do.
want to go back in there? There's nothing to buy now anyway.
Uh,
Like the shops are empty
uh,
up here.
I was going to say down here it was all right today. Actually, we've got pretty much everything that
You
I needed
Southerners,
apart
that's
from
what it is. You Southerners just get everything.
eggs and milk, mate. Eggs and bread. Sorry, that was the only thing we can't get down here
You
at the minute.
bake your own and lay your own.
Yeah, well, that's what everybody's doing up in. I was speaking to my dad, and my dad was saying everybody in Hartlepool is just buying flour. Make
Well,
their own
actually,
bread
my
now.
mum came to ours tonight to just drop Isaac's glasses off, and she said something. Oh, I couldn't get any yeast in Asda, and I was like, I've got some yeast. Do you want it? And she was like, Yeah, we're going to make bread. So,
Yeah, man.
that's just my dad though, because he's pretentious and he likes to make all of his own
It's
stuff.
it's the Facebook post for the day.
He does. He just loves putting Facebook
Yeah,
posts.
man.
Look at this. This is what I made.
Your dad should be making loads of money from like YouTube or
He
something.
should be doing YouTube. And do you know what though, right? I did a YouTube video. I found it the other day because I've been clearing out loads of hard drives,
Right.
just like rearranging everything. And I actually filmed my dad making meatballs one day.
Okay.
Oh my god, he was the worst person in the world to film because he's just so clueless, man. But yeah, it was just a total nightmare. So I don't think we're going to be doing that again. I think he could do it, but just not with me. Definitely not with me. We've got far too close of a relationship, and we might kill each other, especially when there's knives in the kitchen. But yeah, I mean, like, so the shelves are all empty and all that kind of stuff, and it's just it's a weird time. They've closed the restaurants now, the bars, everything's closed.
Yeah, everything's shut. There was loads of people went out last night down here.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, when I went down to to the office last night to pick up this microphone, the bar underneath us was open and there was nobody in.
Oh, okay.
So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to pop in and have one last pint. And just as I left, there was probably about 10 or 15 people in it.
Right.
And I was like, oh my God, these are all coming out for that last drink. And this is a very small independent bar. And so what a lot of people were
is
doing
this the place? Yeah, I know the place you're
yeah,
about.
Hops and Cheese. So they were buying their stock. Like one guy bought pretty much all of their cheese, you know, and then a woman came in, she was buying tons and tons of their canned beers. So that was nice, you know, because like these guys, you know, they struggle already. Whether they'll ever open again is anyone's guess, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that's the case for a lot of people, not knowing whether they're going to even open again.
Yeah, it should be tough times for everybody.
It really is. It's gonna be really hard. I mean, my business is fairly lucky that we do most of our stuff online, but like the film side of what I do is just non-existent. It's gone for the moment.
Yep.
So
yeah. Well, have you got anywhere with those grants and stuff now that you can get?
So I've been told I'm definitely eligible for the 10 grand grant, which is
nice.
Unreal, man. It's like originally it was £3,000 and then they upped it to 10.
So who did you go through for that then?
The local authority. So the local authority will hopefully, in the next 2 weeks, they'll have all of the information for us to apply for it. Okay. So that's going to be amazing getting that, because, like I said, I'm sort of just doing everything as normal anyway.
Yeah.
At the moment, but that could all be like took out from under us because the YouTube channel we run all the content for, you know, they sell products.
Yeah.
If people aren't buying their products, what's the point in doing all this advertising content? So they might just go to me, right, done, sorry, see you later. So that would put us in a position which would be bad. I've also worked out that my staff are going to be eligible for that 80% grant.
Nice.
Which is cool. So like the government are going to pay 80% of their wages, which is unreal because like
are you going to top up the other 20%?
Yeah, absolutely, of course. Yeah,
nice.
I'll top that up and I don't think I can get anything for myself, but you know it doesn't matter. But I know like so many self-employed people are fucked, man.
Yeah, they're getting something. It equates to something like £464 a month. I think I was reading today.
Well, it's basically universal credit, so it's £94 a week.
Right. Okay.
You know, so and they might be able to get other things on top of that, but like obviously film production just stopped.
Yeah.
Completely stopped. Apparently, it was all within 1 hour. Like all film production across the world stopped within an hour.
It's because The Rock told everybody. He released that video on Instagram and went, "I'm stopping production." Everybody was like, "Fuck, it must be serious." The Rock's stopping filming.
The Rock's so.
What do you mean The Rock's not making any more movies? Fuck, shit. Everybody in. The Rock's not lying.
But yeah, like I know so many people who were on features, short films, commercials, and they just instantly lost their jobs. I'm in a
Yeah.
group message with like Northeast film crew, and they're
Okay.
all shitting themselves. They're applying for jobs at Tesco's, Asda, delivery drivers for everything, Uber Eats, Deliveroo, just anything
Yeah.
to tide them over.
Yeah, man.
And then obviously they're going to be entitled to this universal credit. But when you like these people earn like £300 to £400 a day normally.
Yep. Yep.
Not every day, obviously. Like they might work 2 days, 3 days a week, and then have a week off, and then a couple of days here and there. So honestly, their money's not massive.
It's
They're
good
doing
money
all
though, as
right.
well.
Sorry?
It's good money.
Yeah, it's good money when it's there.
Yeah.
But when it's not there, you know what I mean? It's no money. So yeah, I think if the government can sort out something on par with the 80%, what they're offering to employed people, that would be a good start.
So who did you speak to for the 80%?
Well, I haven't actually spoke to anybody yet because I've just looked at it. I've just looked at all of the information
Where'd you
that's
find all
out
that?
there about it. Sorry?
Where'd you find all that?
It was just all online, mate. Like the government.gov website. And so you can just go on there and see what the crack is. But
Nice.
yeah, so
This is just for
basically,
this. I'm only asking you that because whoever listens to this, if there is anybody that listens to this, they might be curious as to where they go.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Because it's definitely just on the Gov website. It might be an HMRC, actually.
Okay.
And I think if you're an employer anyway, HMRC are going to be getting in touch with you.
Yeah. You would have thought
And
so.
if you're employed by somebody, you know, you can hit them up or have a look on the website yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a very uncertain time. I'm just telling you what I'm just looking at the moment is the coronavirus cases in Italy. Because Italy's now the biggest place, isn't it?
Yeah. Another 797 deaths today.
So in total, they've got 4,825 deaths.
Yeah, that's nearly double China now.
Yeah, they've had 6,000 people recover, and at present they've still got 42,681 cases.
Yeah. Like so
active.
I've got a friend in Italy. She's a military analyst. I've known her for over 20 years, and she was saying you guys in the UK have been so stupid. You've literally got no idea what's coming.
Yeah.
And we're starting to see it now on the TV.
Well, I've got two other things up here. I've got a graph. So it's not really a graph. It's just like listed. We're 14 days behind them.
Yeah, well,
you might have seen this online.
But London already has it. This is just all guesswork times. They were saying last week we were a month behind Italy, and now
yeah.
London.
Well, apparently
now
this thing that I've got to say is we're 14 days behind them. On day one, there was one death there. Day one here, there was 2 deaths.
Yeah, I've seen this graph.
Yeah, so presently we're on, like, let's say it's the 5th of March. Was their day number 12 or whatever. Our day number 12. We've got 144 deaths that day.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in total, sorry. And then they had 148 deaths in total.
Yeah.
So basically, we're matching them pretty much number for number most of the time throughout that. And obviously, 19th of March, they had 3,405 deaths.
Yeah.
And what they say, I think I've read, I listened to a Joe Rogan podcast actually, and he had this guy on who effectively turned around and said, it'll double every day. That's what it's going to do. That's what a virus does.
Yeah.
A virus replicates, doesn't it? It splits in two.
Yeah.
So when you really put the whole picture together, that's what's going to happen. Is deaths are going to happen in double, cases are going to happen double until they don't.
Yeah, people.
You
know, people need to stay in. They've been told to stay in. Stay in.
Yeah, it's mad, man. Like people just don't want to fucking stay in. It's crazy. Well, they think everything's okay.
Look at China and that now. China and that now are getting back to some sort of normality. They're starting to go back out. The shops are starting to open because they listen to what they've got no choice really.
Well, it's a communist country. They're just going to do what they're told,
yeah.
aren't they?
The government told them to stay in. They stayed in. Now they can go back out again.
Yeah, of course. I've got a contact over in China who I've been talking to since like last year, and she said that they went back to work 2 weeks ago. This is in Guangzhou, which is one of the biggest cities.
Right.
It's like 50 million people or something. And so they went back to work 2 weeks ago. They're all still wearing masks. They're literally going to the office and then going home. There's still no real socialising going on, but there's no more cases over there.
Yeah, they're just getting the foreign cases that are coming into China now.
Yeah. I mean, listen, that's the Chinese government telling us that. And that's the Chinese government telling my friend that.
Yeah.
So, can you believe the Chinese government completely? If we want to go conspiracy theory like stuff, could we believe them?
Well, I mean, out of all of the governments that are going to, like we said, they're a communist government, so they only get told what they need to be told. So, you can't blame the Chinese people. And Donald Trump's annoying me at the minute, but all he seems content on now is starting a war with China.
China!
And it's like, why do you want to...
He's such a child.
Yeah, it's the China disease. It isn't the fucking China disease.
What does he call it? The Kung Flu?
Oh, mate, honestly.
Which I think's funny, actually. It is funny, but it's just... If I said it, it's funny. When he says it, it's racist. Because that's how he means it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like... You just think to yourself, like, why is this guy in charge over there? But we've got our own over here, haven't we?
The jellyfish.
The jellyfish. I haven't heard that.
That's what I'm calling him, man, because fucking he hasn't got a spine, the cunt.
I've got to say, right, I don't like the guy at all, but he has had some shit to deal with, hasn't he?
Yeah,
He's done a general election, Brexit, and now this.
Yeah, man.
I mean, to be fair, the guy looks like he's aged. He doesn't look the same age as he looked last year. He's had some shit to deal with. Listen, you want to be that guy in that job?
Yeah, man.
Deal with it.
I bet he was like, fuck, if I just waited. Should have just let Theresa just fucking stick about for another couple months.
I know, yeah. It's
because Boris Johnson would have been one of the first to fucking gotta get to my boat, I'll lock myself in.
Yeah, he'd have went to that island somewhere where he went to Christmas.
Man, and now he can't. Because he's the Prime Minister.
He can't get on a plane. Will the Prime Minister have his own plane though that he could do that on?
Yeah, but
probably.
I think people would notice if the Prime Minister just disappeared.
Would they care though? That's a difference.
Well, at the moment, I would.
No, I wouldn't. I really wouldn't at all. But I'll tell you who is good, I've got to say, is Chancellor.
Yeah,
That dude is doing his job.
Yeah, man. He's explaining shit as he's doing it.
Exactly.
Yeah, like...
It was so weird listening to him talk. This was yesterday, I think, when they were announcing more stuff like the 80% thing.
Yeah.
Him talking was like listening to like an adult talking. Like somebody who knows their shit.
He's got a smooth voice as well. But all I could think, he's got a smooth voice as well. But all I can think of when I hear him talk is, "Fuck, you sound like Tony Blair."
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
right. Yeah. Don't like him either. But then when he stopped speaking and the camera went to Boris, and Boris was like, well, you know,
Greek poetry.
And it was just like,
poetry,
oh my God,
Greek,
he's the one in charge. Please give it to this guy.
Yeah,
please give this guy the job.
That's what I said to my missus.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It is. It's just that he doesn't fill you full of confidence. It's like listening to George W. Bush. Like, he was just as bad, and Trump as well. I mean, but Obama, he gave you some confidence, didn't he?
Yeah, Obama was like a politician.
He was smooth.
Yeah, he's smooth, man. That's what you want in a politician. So when all horrible shit happens, everybody goes, "Yeah, but it's Obama, man." He's just such a fucking smooth dude.
You felt comfortable.
Yeah, man. He could rob you while you're watching him rob you and go, "Oh, okay, cheers, Obama."
Who like out of prime ministers over here have we had that was like that Smooth. I mean, like
Tony
going
Blair to
back.
start off with.
Do you think?
Yeah, Tony Blair was smooth to start off
Yeah.
with. Like, who else?
David Cameron.
Yeah, David Cameron wasn't smooth. I found David Cameron very slimy.
Yeah.
Like he was, but yeah, you know what I mean. He could talk. And then you got who else? Like John Major. John Major could talk, but
Yeah.
I was young when he was prime
Yeah. I mean,
minister,
I
so
was younger than you.
I was 10 when Margaret Thatcher come out with power. So
Yeah.
10, 11.
Was
Yeah.
that like 91?
Yeah, so I'll have been.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
about the same. You're only about a year. You 2 years older than me. I'm 38.
yeah, I'm 40. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So yeah, coronavirus is kicking the shit out of everything at the moment, and
man.
I just hope I hope people heed the message.
But they're not.
You know, it takes there's thousands and thousands and thousands of fuckwits in the world.
Yeah,
The thousands of fuckwits in Hartlepool. It takes longer for fuckwits to understand things.
yeah.
It will get into their thick skulls eventually.
That's why they just keep repeating it over and over.
It is.
Yeah, no, that's entirely it. Everything now is a conspiracy. So the minute the government go, right, guys, we need you to stay in the house, everybody goes, oh, what are they going to fucking do? Oh,
Yeah.
they're going to be spraying they're going to be spraying the streets with fucking an alien virus. Oh, this is the first wave.
I saw people saying mad stuff like that, man. It's
Honestly,
just crazy.
It's just like
Like,
fucking.
you just think to yourself, really? Is that the kind of shit that goes through your mind?
It come from the wet markets in China.
Yeah.
From animals that are fucking living too close to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And fucking people eating them.
So this one guy said he went to the wet markets and he saw a box of ferrets with a box of chickens on top of it. And he was just like, he could literally see bird flu, human strain happening right there.
Yeah, man. Well, all I'm hoping from this is that China have learned a lesson. And
Apparently, there's talk of it that they have.
good. That's all anybody wants now. Let's hope it doesn't happen again. You know what I mean? As long as they're going to start helping the other countries, which they've done with Italy, and they're doing with other countries. They're sending their scientists that have already dealt with it now to help other countries.
Get this right. Do you know why Italy? This is what I've been told anyway. Why Italy was an epicenter?
They've got a very old population.
No, they have a massive Chinese population. So
with people going back to China.
yeah,
and
so
coming
my
back
friend,
over on the
so a friend of mine said to us that he lives in Milan, and he said, like, you know how over here we've got a lot of Indian and Pakistani shops.
Mm-hmm.
Over there, none. He said it's all Chinese.
Yeah,
all the shops are owned by Chinese people. So what happened was that a lot of them fucked off to China for Chinese New Year.
Yeah.
That
Christmas
didn't happen.
And stuff.
They came back for after Chinese New Year before the lockdown happened.
Yeah.
And that is why they had that incubation period.
Yeah.
And so like end of February, beginning of March, which is when everyone was coming back, that's when it just exploded there. I was like, all right, okay, cool.
Well, that sort of does make sense, but then at the same time, Russia's got like a 2,500 mile border.
Yeah.
And doesn't seem to be many cases in Russia.
Yeah, there isn't anything in that part of Russia though.
Well, yeah, true. And
in that part of Russia, it's pretty much
and
apparently
Putin, when the Chinese told the whole world in January, guys, the virus has got out. Russia went, okay, we'll take that seriously, and they've had measures in.
Yeah, from
months before. Yeah, from day one before.
Because, and that's where the UK is absolutely like even America, even Trump was in front of us.
It's the whole Western capitalist world is being slowly brought down to its knees.
Yeah.
So,
by a little virus.
By a virus, yeah.
Crazy. Everything's just getting cancelled.
It's crazy.
We had to tell Isaac today that Disney on Ice is cancelled.
Oh, how did he take it?
He did not take it well. It's the only thing. So Isaac, for anybody who doesn't know, Isaac's autistic and he's non-verbal autistic, and he talks to us in Disney. It's the only way I can describe it. Like, he can say certain things to us, but when you try and have a conversation with Isaac, a lot of the time he'll be just spitting Disney words at you, like actual sentences from a Disney movie.
What was it he said to you the other day when we were speaking on the phone?
Oh God, I don't know. Is it
He-
something
he-
about True Love's Kiss?
No,
'Cause that's his big thing at the moment. He's like, oh my
Okay.
God, it's True Love's Kiss.
Blokes.
He just says loads of Disney stuff, man.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
if I send him to his room, which isn't very often, he'll go, I'm going to the man village. out of Jungle Book.
Dude, right? So
He's
all the
so
Marvel
funny.
stuff's Disney now.
Yeah.
Get him watching all the Marvel stuff now.
He
Get
doesn't
some
like
of those.
it. He's
Oh,
not interested.
really?
He just he just loves it. And so he also watches YouTube constantly. So his accent's American
Yeah.
when he does speak. He's like, "Hi, mommy." I'm like, "Oh my God, shut up, you toil." So anyway, how did I get onto him? Sorry, yeah. So we had to tell him Disney on Ice was off. Now we've been doing a 12, like, 'cause we booked it 12 weeks ago, and we've been doing a countdown.
Yeah.
And like we're down to like 3 weeks away or something, and he's just freaked out today. He just didn't understand, which is tough, you know. But tough. There's nothing we can do about it. We just said it's broken because he understands when something's broken.
Hype
'cause he
up Disney
breaks.
Plus, mate.
Sorry,
Hype up Disney Plus for him on
he's
Tuesday.
already got Disney Life, so
Yeah,
it's
but-
no
but-
different to him. It's got
but-
all the Disney stuff that he wants on it.
Yeah,
We are
true.
going to watch Disney Plus though. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, man.
So we'll see what's on it anyway. But yeah, just everything's been cancelled. One of our favourite things has been cancelled, Nick.
Yeah, man. The Grand National. I'm only
What?
joking. I don't like horse racing. For anybody that
Oh, the
knows
Grand
me,
National.
I've got a massive phobia of horses. So,
Oh my God, it's the funniest thing in the world. I didn't believe you were that bad until I saw it in front of me.
yeah, man, it's horrendous.
You literally freak out when you see a horse near you.
Yep.
Or not even near you, just a horse.
I sense them. They're dead behind the eyes.
They are, aren't they? They are.
Yeah, man.
I agree with that.
And everybody goes, oh, I'm scared of spiders. There's no poisonous spiders in the country, and most of them are fucking smaller than a 1p piece. And you laugh at me about a 2-ton, 4-legged muscle machine that can kick your head off. You know what I mean? So if anybody should be scared of anything, it should be horses, because a horse can just smash you in half. What can a spider do in this country? Literally nothing.
Nothing.
Give you a little bite. Ooh,
Yeah.
ouch.
But yeah, horses, oh bless you.
Oh,
Yeah. I remember the first time I ever saw it was when we did the Hadrian's Wall walk.
that
And I saw
horse
you
field.
freak out. Weirdly though, we'd been in the wilderness for like days. And then the first horse we saw was when we were in Newcastle city centre. Just two lads walking along with a horse.
The travellers with a horse.
Yeah. But you ran a mile. You literally just legged it.
Mm-hmm. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit.
You freaked the horses out.
Yeah, man, that's not
So
good.
why did you get, like, did you have a bad experience as a kid?
No, what it was my nan used to be real scared of horses because she got kicked by one. So whenever we used to go out anywhere and I was with my nan and we went past
She
horses,
put the fear into you.
she essentially put the fear into me, because like one of my sisters rides horses, so do you know what I mean? But yeah, man, and I won't go anywhere near. If I've dropped her by her horse, I drop it like, I make sure that's 3 fields away. I ain't going nowhere near that thing. She's like, come and meet the horse. It's great. I'm like, no, I'm good, thanks. I'm all right for that. I'd rather
I
watch
remember
a dog
years
shit in
ago,
the street.
Haley's dad was looking after a place that had loads of horses. And so we went up to see him one day.
What, a stable?
I don't know what it was, but there was just loads of horses there. Might have been a meat market. I don't know. Making lasagna. Speaking of lasagna, I've got to play something for people. in a bit.
Finders.
But-
Finders.
Anyway,
pancakes.
So we went to see the horses, and he was just like, "Look, just take some grass, just feeding them. Where there was loads of mares, and the mares all kind of came around us, and Haley was dead excited, right? But when they all started coming round, she freaked out. She was like you. It was so funny. And these weren't even big. They were like quite small mares. And there was these stallions in the field next to us. And because we were near their mares, these stallions were proper kicking off. Like swinging their dicks around.
Yeah.
Like literally their dicks just grew in front of us and they were just shaking them. And I was howling. But anyway, Haley just freaked out and she didn't know what to do. And all these horses wanted the grass off her. When she just freaked, she was like, had her hands behind her head going, ah, running away. And that I was like, what's wrong with you? She was like, it was scary. It was brilliant. It was absolutely quality.
Horses.
But yeah, so anyway, not the Grand National getting cancelled.
Yeah. MMA,
UFC.
Man. Yeah, man.
Not just UFC, all MMA. And all sport, but UFC in particular.
Yeah, all sports. See, now we've got to wait even longer for this fucking Khabib Tony Ferguson fight.
Well, that got cancelled 2 days ago.
Yeah, man.
Brooklyn just basically said, nah, we're not doing it. And they're looking for a new location, but then there's just new things that have came out.
I thought they were doing it in the Performance Centre.
No, so basically it's off pretty much now. They're all getting postponed because...
Do you know who we need right now? Who the whole world needs right now? Captain Planet.
Captain Planet. He's a hero.
He's a hero, yeah.
Taking pollution down to zero.
Yeah.
It's not really pollution though, is it? Did he deal with viruses as well?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. Earth, wind, and fire.
But no, I mean, so I've been reading up on it, and Dana White's still not called it off. But apparently, there aren't any. You can't organise an event with more than 10 people.
So I tell you what'll happen. Fucking Dana White will get a cage put up in his back garden.
It's on private land. It's
on private land, yeah. A couple cameras around it that can just record it, and him and Joe Rogan on commentary.
Yeah, it's sad. I mean, that's the 5th time.
Yeah, man.
5-0.
This fight's never meant to happen. Look what happens.
0-5.
They get ready for the 5th fight, and coronavirus strikes the world down because it's too much of a fight for the world.
Habib was saying that let's do it in Saudi Arabia. It'll be fine over there, which it will be.
Yeah, but
they'll let it go ahead.
Yeah, but again, virus is hitting over there, isn't it?
You know, they would definitely let that go ahead, 100%. But yeah, it's sad, man. 5 times. So the first time, what happened? Broken rib. I think Habib had a broken
Habib
rib.
Won it. Yeah. Second time, Habib missed weight.
No, that was the third time.
Was
it? Second time, Tony Ferguson was injured. Then Habib tiramisu gate.
Yeah, and then Tony Ferguson.
Then Tony Ferguson fell over
the
wire with glasses on indoors.
Yeah.
Dickhead. Apparently he wasn't wearing his glasses. And I'm sorry for Tony for calling you a dickhead if you ever watch this. I was annoyed that week. And then this, so...
Yeah, man.
What do you do? What do you do? And it's not just that fight. I mean, it's like, there's so many really good fights. I was looking forward to Francis and the dude from Suriname. What's his name? I can't say his name. It's Rosterik.
Rosterik?
Rosterik?
Yeah,
Dude hits heavy.
Yeah, man.
He's the guy that split Overeem's face, like.
Yeah. Well, they reckon they were just about to announce the Gaethje McGregor fight as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
That'd have been a fucking barnstormer.
They'll do that still, though. It'll get delayed. Everything's just getting delayed.
I think what'll happen with that now is once everything comes back on again, then they'll try and get the Khabib Tony fight lined up with the Conor Gaethje fight. So
Conor is main event, man. He won't do anything but
No. So like one UFC after the other.
Oh right, okay, sorry, yeah.
So that they're
but it would have to be a pay-per-view though.
Yeah, be a pay-per-view.
Yeah, so like do one month and then one the next month.
Yes, and then they go into training camp.
It would be better if they were the undercard, but Conor wouldn't do undercard. No way.
Just give him
He'd have to be the main event.
Just give him an island show.
Here, Connor. He's an island.
Yeah.
You've got a big boat to go to, is it?
Yeah. Just let him do. It's Croke Park, isn't it? An island. The rugby Croke Park, is it? The rugby ground holds like 80,000 or something.
Oh right, you mean for his?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Well, there is a UFC in Dublin is it July or August?
Yeah, which is where I was thinking that Gaethje McGregor might be headlining.
We'll see. I mean, it's just a shame, man. It's just a big, big shame. But, you know, what can we do? We've just got to wait now. We've just got to wait for... I mean, I'm used to getting up at stupid o'clock in the morning every weekend.
Yeah.
And watching it. I miss that already.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, luckily for me, as well as MMA, I'm a massive WWE fan. So the wrestling's still going on.
For how long, though?
They've done it the last 2 weeks now with no audience.
Yeah, but they're talking about doing WrestleMania.
Isn't that mate.
Ridiculous.
That's
all about the fans.
Yeah, WrestleMania is the fans. Like, what's the point of doing? It's just Vince cashing in because he's losing loads of money for it not happening this year.
I know.
And he's doing it over 2 days.
Did you see that thing where The Undertaker was doing an advert with a tiger in a swimming pool?
No.
I've got to find this thing and send it to you. It's amazing. You can Google it. Just have a quick look. There was this... I just saw this image and The Undertaker was in a swimming pool with another woman doing an advert for something and they were cuddling a tiger.
Okay.
It was very strange, man. Undertaker's making coin.
Yeah, man. What he will do as well now that he's going to be coming... Like, he's not even sort of wrestling as The Undertaker at the minute as well, which is really weird.
All right, okay.
It's all got a bit personal between him and AJ Styles, and AJ Styles is calling out Mark Calloway, not The Undertaker. So, leads me to believe that Taker will be retiring soon.
Hey, you know that thing I asked you about earlier on about Nick and that voiceover thing?
Yeah. Apparently it's trending.
Yeah, but he's just said... I said to him, damn, I was going to get it animated, and he said, seriously, people are dying, but there's a joke to be had somewhere, so do share. So I don't know whether that means he actually did it.
Or knows the person who did it.
Yeah. That was so funny, man. So for people who don't know what we're talking about, I don't know whether I can play it now and they'll pick... Oh, there we go.
Also, just so you know, my sister, her boyfriend's brother, works for the Ministry of Defence, and one of the things that they're doing to prepare, and this won't affect London, this will be everywhere, they're basically worried that people are going to get stuck indoors without any food. So one of the things that they're doing is they're actually working on making a massive lasagna. So they're actually, at the moment as we speak, they're building like the massive lasagna sheets, and they're just going to start making the layers today. And then hopefully, like, obviously put the bolognese on and then put the sheets on top. But they're having to make the special sheets, obviously, because they've not gone on big enough, because they're making lasagna the size of Wembley Stadium. So how they're doing it is they're actually putting the underground heating at Wembley. That's going to like bake the lasagna, and then they're going to put the roof across, so it's like recreate an oven. And then what they're going to do is they're going to like carry that. They've got loads of drones, and they're going to like lift it up with the drones, and they're going to like cut off little portions and like drop them into people's houses, just so to make sure everyone's eating still and no one dies, which is obviously quite sensible. But yeah, I think I'm looking forward to that because I do quite like lasagna as well. So fair play to them.
I love that last bit. I do quite like lasagna as well.
He doesn't even mention bechamel sauce at all in that.
I know, yeah, so it's ruined. It's absolutely ruined.
It's just dry sheets and bolognese sauce.
That is really funny. So yeah, I think that might be him. Because listen, when we met him, he was off it.
Yeah, man.
He's an off it guy. He thinks on a different plane of existence to normal people. I think he lives on a different plane of existence to normal people.
Shout out, Nick.
Shout out, Nick. You're off it, man. You're off it.
Yeah, man.
Oh, no, my camera's died, I think.
Has it?
Yeah.
Italy have just gone up to 53,578 cases.
Still, deaths are still the same though.
We've risen 56 deaths in one day.
We have we?
Yeah.
Damn.
And we've gone from 1,000 cases to 5,000 cases in 24 hours.
Yeah, that's bad, man. Somebody else posted something that I found interesting, actually. It said, everyone, please remember that in the UK, testing is only taking place when you're admitted to hospital. Yeah. Those 5,018 positive test cases are all in hospital. Mm-hmm. Look after people and help out where it's safe, but self-isolate, stay at home. It says across the UK, there have been 72,818 concluded tests, of which 67,000 were confirmed negative. Yeah, and only 5,000 were positive. But like I said before, I think I said earlier, I know some people who were self-isolating who definitely have it. They definitely have it, but because they're not in hospital, they're not being tested for it.
Yeah. Well, they're saying with the majority of people, it's just there's no symptoms or very few symptoms.
Yeah.
But well, the youngest person in the UK died today of it.
Really?
Yeah, 41.
Wow.
But apparently he already had underlying medical issues.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like the people who I know who've got it have said it's awful. Like it is. It's not nice, but it's not like horrific. But it is that shortness of breath that people are struggling with and stuff, and yeah, it's not good. It's not good at all. But it's those people who are in that. I mean, I'm classed as being in one of those groups, because I'm a fat fuck. No, seriously, like I'm obese, and apparently I am in the group where it could kill me. Anybody who isn't.
Yeah, I mean, my mum's got COPD, so she's in that group that it's killing. So, yeah, just staying away from her at the minute.
Yeah.
Bless her.
Definitely the best thing for her.
Knocking on the door and leaving her shopping outside the door.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man.
You're a good son. You're a good son. But look, hopefully in the next couple of months things are gonna ease off and it is gonna be at least that long. People need to realise that. This isolating thing is gonna go on for a long time.
Yep.
It's not just gonna be all finished in a couple of weeks
well, what they're trying to do is they're trying to extend instead of the spike being massive, which is what we're seeing in Italy at the minute, they're trying to spread it out throughout the next 12 months or something.
Yeah. But I don't think 12 months is right. I think by the 6 months, I think things will be pretty much back to normal.
It's going to take more than
mate, there's people who think this is going to be done in 6 weeks.
Yeah, true. There was people at the start of this that were taking the piss and going, no, it'll all be done next week. What's everybody going mental for?
Yeah.
And now what's happening?
Exactly.
It's
cancelling the UFC event. I mean, shit.
Yeah, man, isn't it?
Look, somebody's going to die in that cage anyway, so...
what did you think of Johnny Walker getting knocked out then?
I was over the moon. I was over the moon because I just think...
If they'd thrown him in against John Jones, man, John Jones would have just murked him.
He'd have played with him. I tell you what I watched just recently, yesterday, in fact, was when John Jones won the title against Hoo-Ha.
Yeah.
It was just utter domination.
Yeah, man.
And that's what he is in every fight.
Well, he wasn't in the last one.
Well, he wasn't, but yeah, I don't think he took it seriously personally. But yeah, no, I actually agree with you on that. I think Reyes won. I think he did enough to win.
It definitely warrants a rematch.
Oh, 100%. Absolutely 100%.
I think when it's a rerun, I think John Jones learned enough from him after that first fight, and it'll be like the Gustafsson 2 fight. He'll just starch him.
Yeah, he did the same with Gustafsson. He narrowly won. Well, he didn't narrowly win the fight. He won the fight in the first one.
Yeah.
But it was very close.
Yeah. And then he just...
If he didn't seriously hurt Gustafsson at the end of the fourth with that spinning elbow,
Yeah.
he wouldn't have gotten the fifth round as cleanly as he did. But then when he went into the second fight, it's like he'd learned all of his tricks. He learned all of his moves, and that was it. He just knew what to do.
Another 324 dead in Spain. I'm just keeping everybody up to date with what's going on. It's just breaking news.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. Sorry, I was downer on it. I was just breaking news.
Right. I was talking about people punching shit out of each other. You're talking about people actually dying. But yeah, look, the numbers are just going to keep going up and up and up and up and up.
Yep.
How many people died from swine flu?
It was like
upwards of 300,000.
Yeah, I think so. It was up in the hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, this is way worse than swine flu. People need to understand that. This is way worse than swine flu. The number of people who will die will be more than swine flu. And at the moment, it's 60,000 worldwide. 65,000 worldwide have died.
I don't even think it's that high, is it? Yeah, my heart goes out to the families that are losing people. It's fucking savage. There were, I think there's a family in America. I think I seen something. It's like maybe 2 or 3 members of one family have died from it.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that picture. But then again, also, is that real? There's so much fake news out there, Nick. It's scary, man.
Yeah, see, you know this, and I know this might, and whoever listens to it might go, what the fuck is this guy talking about? But you know that video that suddenly appeared of the nurse yesterday crying in the car?
Right.
Something
that
don't
seem like fake news, that.
Something just says to me she's like one of these crisis actors. Because it just seems like...
She's been on a 48-hour shift.
Yeah, like something don't sit right with me.
No, that's what she said. She'd been on a 48-hour shift. Now, and the NHS isn't stretched that bad at the moment, where people are working 48-hour shifts.
And they've just got an extra 20,000 doctors, nurses, and staff from the private sector.
Yeah, something doesn't add up there.
Yeah, I think that was just to maybe stop people from panic buying shit.
Possibly.
If it was that, I can see why it's being done. But
yeah,
I don't know. Something just didn't sit right with me about that video.
No, it didn't with me either.
There's a lot of this that doesn't sit right with me, but
that's because you're stoned all the time, mate.
No, mate. It's just there's just some weird. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Cool, right, should we wrap this one up?
Yeah, let's wrap this one up. We've done an hour and 1 minute.
Cool. So that's hopefully going to be the first of maybe the weekly, bi-weekly, whenever we can manage to do this podcast.
Yep.
We'll talk MMA. Hopefully one day.
Yeah, we'll talk a load of stuff. Sorry, man, it's just not. This is sort of seems to be dominating everything at the minute.
It is completely. I think it's going to dominate for a long time to come.
Yeah.
But we'll discuss other things. We'll have some ideas written down next time. Actually, I had one more thing. Did I have it? Oh, that was it. Right. So people call me an entrepreneur. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am quite entrepreneurial. I come up with loads of ideas.
Oh no.
I am kicking myself right now. So, 2011. I had Flicks, the movie cafe, and it wasn't doing amazingly. I was struggling financially, and I was trying to come up with different ideas to create a new business which would hopefully keep me going. Memory card's full. Oh man!
Well, my camera's stopped as well. So,
has it?
Yeah. So.
Oh, that's shit.
The last bit of this first podcast's gonna just be
just audio.
Just our
All right, okay.
dulcet
So
sounds.
anyway, my company was not doing very well at all, and so I used to sit at the end of the bar thinking, right, what can I do here that is going to help us to make some more money somewhere? So what I decided to do was I was going to create a delivery service that would deliver food from places that didn't do delivery. Okay?
Like Deliveroo.
Exactly like Deliveroo. So, McDonald's, Pizza Hut, Burger King, KFC, and then anywhere else that didn't do deliveries, right? They would be on my website. So I created a website. It was called We Deliver, or Weedle for short.
Mm-hmm.
I went round all of these places. I got all of their menus. I created my own menu. We basically added probably about 10%.
I remember you telling me about this. Yeah.
So I added 10% onto it, and then there would be a delivery charge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I was pretty much set up and ready to go. And then something came along. There was a guy who was offering a job to run a restaurant, and it was ridiculous money. It was like 600 quid a week plus.
Is this the one in Stockton?
Darlington.
Darlington, yes, I remember this now. Yeah.
And so it was £600 a week plus tips as well. And he said to me, the tips are really good. You can get easily 150, 250 quid a week tips. And I'm thinking, wow, nearly £1,000 a week. At the time, I wasn't earning anything anywhere close to that.
Yeah, I remember this.
So I knocked the We Deliver thing, Weedle, on the head. Just knocked it on the head. What a fucking stupid mistake that was. Could you imagine now?
Yeah, bud.
All these people who were buying food now from restaurants and getting it delivered, I'd have cornered the market. This was back in 2011. I don't think Deliveroo came around until 2014 or 15. And then Uber Eats and things like that.
Yeah,
I would have been the kiddie man. But then again, we might not have been having this conversation then, so...
Yeah, man. Right,
Yeah.
it's weird. My
Everything for a reason.
dad, when he wanted to come out of the Navy, wanted to buy a llama farm. And
A llama farm?
yeah, and my mum laughed at him. And now llama farmers make fucking bank.
To be fair, I'd have laughed at your dad as well, saying he wanted to buy a llama farm. But, you know, entrepreneurs get laughed at a lot.
Yeah, bud.
Yeah. So anyway, let's wrap this up. So thank you very much for...
Yeah,
well, I'd
listening.
say watching, but nobody's watching anymore because our cameras have
listening.
stopped.
Yeah,
Thanks for listening. Thanks
Thanks
for watching. Anything you want to say, Nick, before?
Stay
signing
safe.
off? Stay safe,
people. Stay in.
Stay indoors, you fucking idiots.
Yeah, stay inside. Peace.
Cool. All right. Signing off.